All right, so this is part 2 of what I'm doing with my 2 young off the track thoroughbreds on one of the hottest, most humid days we've had so far. But I forgot to turn my microphone on for the commentary, the live commentary. So, anyway, here's the video, part 2. This is Percy. Okay, so as I mentioned, I probably started talking already during this video, but it turns out that my microphone was turned off. So I was basically talking to myself and Percy. So I already did part 1 of this day, I guess. So I worked Polo, and now I'm going to work Percy. And this was one of the hottest days that we've had so far. Um, as you might notice, my shirt is completely soaked through, and I apologize for my appearance, but this is the glamorous life of living on a farm and doing all the work myself and dealing with reality. So, and I've said before, there's nothing on this channel that is ever going to be fancy. This is real life, the good things and the bad things evenly. All right. So enough of that. This is Percy, and this is just another day of groundwork and getting to know each other. So let's see. I believe in this video, I have had him 2 weeks. Um, yeah, 2 weeks. So here, what I'm working on is trying to get his blood up a little bit and then getting him to come back down. And then we'll get his blood back up again and get him to come back down. So Warwick Schiller calls this cognitive behavior therapy for horses. And I think it's a really good idea so that they know that if they get worked up, they can find calm and peace in the release of pressure. So as I said in the video with Polo, I am no expert by any means at groundwork, not even a little bit. I have always had my focus be on riding. Just that's what I've been exposed to the most. So now that I'm older and really am more thoughtful on the relationship that I have with my horse and wanting it to be completely fair to them and for us to truly be partners, I am going to spend a lot more time doing this kind of work with these guys. Yeah, because I just think it's really important. And I am at this stage of my life, I am trying a bunch of new things. So, groundwork it is for now. And so, Percy has been exposed to this plastic bag on a stick a few times. He doesn't seem bothered by it at all. Um, yeah, he's pretty unfazed by it now. It really only took him a couple of days of being with me to figure out that I was an okay person and that, I might be doing some really weird stuff with him, but whatever. He's mostly just tolerating me at this point. Uh, yeah, he's been such a good boy. So there, I'm trying to lower his head and getting him to take some nice deep breaths and kind of blow out. And there he shook a little bit, and I can't really see when I'm watching this. I'm just doing this voiceover on my phone, so I don't have a really good view of what his face is doing. But as I was recording it, I pointed out all of the times that he was blowing out and licking and chewing. And uh, he just, yeah, he seems pretty relaxed with all of this today. So, um, since I can't, I can't tell moment by moment what I'm doing here, I will tell you that in case you haven't seen the video of when he first got here, I got him from New Vocations in Lexington, Kentucky, the same place that I got Polo. And Percy actually, he, what's the word? He's eligible. He's eligible for the Retired Racehorse Project Makeover in 2027. So I'm not saying that I'm going to plan on doing it, because for me that is a really big step. It seems super intimidating to me right now, and although I want to challenge myself, I also want to be realistic. Um, I really hope it can happen. So I am going to follow what the protocol is and for the program, and they're only allowed 15 post track rides by, I want to say, the middle of December. So for the meantime, this summer, the plan is to do a lot of groundwork with him and work on building up his muscle, building up our relationship, and stuff like this. Like, he's not scared of this flag. He's listening to me. He's following the flag. Sorry, it's a plastic bag. I don't feel any reason to buy a fancy natural horsemanship flag. This works just fine. And it makes more noise. So here, he's learning to ground tie. So look at him standing there like a good boy while I decided to go figure out what I wanted to do next. And this is a new little, um, I think it says "I Love USA" flag on it in celebration of the 4th of July. So happy 4th to my fellow American friends. Um, but he's never seen this flag, and so I'm just kind of waving it around him and putting it on his face. And he's like, "This woman is so weird. They never did weird stuff like this to me at the track." But he's like, whatever. Like I said, she feeds me. She seems to take good care of me, so I'll go along with whatever. She drags me out here for 20 minutes, so I can tolerate anything for 20 minutes. In reality, he's a good boy, and I honestly, he's like one of those really smart horses that I think will thrive in learning new things. So I can't wait to start riding him. And I don't know. I really hope he's going to be as cool as I think he is, because I I truly want to event this horse if it works out. Good boy. He's going to ground tie. Look at that. This is his second day of ground tying, and he seems to be really good at it. And then this is the first time that he has seen this umbrella, and it makes quite a bit of noise when it pops out. And so he's like, "What? What is that? Oh, oh, maybe that's a little scary. It feels weird. Sounds weird." But he's curious, and he's not running away from it. I'm sure he's seen umbrellas, but he's probably never had somebody popping it open over and over. And already, because I had used the plastic bag on the stick up over his head to get him used to things moving around up there. This doesn't seem to really faze him. And look at that, he's so curious about it. So, I think I probably said this with Polo too, but if I ever need to ride with an umbrella, I probably can. Oh, and there we go. He can run around with an umbrella apparently. Guys, I know I'm super goofy and hardly anyone watches these videos anyway, so I'm just putting them out there, and it'll be fun for me to come back and watch them later. But I hope it comes across that, aw, good. The umbrella fell. He didn't care. He's like, whatever. And here, I think I'm probably going to add movement to it. Same thing I did with Polo in the part 1 video. The books that I've read and the trainers that I've kind of followed, they all say that adding, a lot of horses can tolerate a lot of stuff if they're standing still, and they can be pretty stoic and kind of just uh, be a little bit inside themselves, and but maybe still be a little bit worried. And I I noticed that on one of the previous videos that I put out. I think it was his first day. And I went back and watched it, and I said something about him being calm. But when I looked at his body afterwards, I realized that he wasn't calm. He had his head up, and even though he was being very good and stoic, um, he wasn't relaxed. So, like I said, I am no expert at this, and I just feel as long as I'm not doing anything harmful and I'm not scaring the crap out of him, then I feel like all of this time is just bonding time. So that was a noisy plastic bottle that I was just squeezing, making all kinds of racket with all around him. And yeah, he didn't care about that. All right, so let's see. So here I put the lunge line on the halter and just kind of throwing it all around his body, so he's always used to his whole body getting touched with it. And now I'm asking him to follow the pressure on the halter, and he turned right around and figured that out super quickly. And then I think I do it a couple more times, trying to go both directions. And again, like I like to just throw the rope up on him and not be all ninja like. And so, you're always being super cautious around them and slow and methodical. I want them to be used to not super abrupt things, but just, I don't want to have to be super cautious around them. Um, so, yep, just toss that rope around, let it hang off of his side, let it hang off of his legs. Just have him be exposed to whatever nonsense I'm making him do. And he figured this out so much faster than Polo did. I don't think I ever did that with Polo when I first got him. But if you watch the part 1 of this training day when it was so ungodly hot, it took Polo a little bit of time to figure out to just follow the pressure off of his nose. So Percy is definitely a little bit more responsive to this. There we go. Good boy. And, I have no idea how much training this horse had before he went to the track, but most of the things that I have seen have told me that maybe he didn't get a ton of training. I think he probably went to the track pretty early on. Oh, nope, our ground tying. He almost made a mistake with his ground tie. And then all I had to do was give him a quick reminder, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Just stand here." Um, and I could have gotten after him a little bit, but he didn't commit to it enough that it warranted, in my mind anyway, any kind of swift action on my part. All right, so for the big scary blue tarp, he has seen it once before, a few days before this. Um, obviously, guys, look at him. He learned how to ground tie like 2 days before this. Now, could I do it out in the open field? I doubt it, but oh my god. I just I am absolutely loving this horse, and he just seems to want to do whatever I ask him to do. So, it's going to be so fun. So, I know that a lot of you are going through massive heat waves too. And I'm just curious, what are you guys doing with your horses right now? I just don't find it useful to try to ride. Like, I'm not going to ride this one for a while, but Polo I could have ridden. But, with the humidity as high as it is, the bugs are so bad. It's just miserable. I don't want to put breeches and boots on. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you are bolder than I am, but I don't want to do that. There we go. Good boy. Just steps right on it. Doesn't care about it. There we go. He's walked over the poles. We'll be doing a lot of pole work coming up. I think the heat is supposed to break in a couple of days. So once that happens, I plan to start long lining him and getting out of this indoor. Um, but until then, we are going to just take it nice and easy. Very good boy. Oh, whoops. Little fumble. It's all good. All right, guys. As I was saying before, I know these videos are kind of probably not very entertaining, but I'm putting them out there. And I promise that there will be a day where we start doing some more exciting things. And I will probably wait until the fall now at this point to start taking Polo out to lessons. But I hope to start riding him in a couple of days here. So we'll record that again, and it's basically going to be us starting over because I haven't ridden him in a couple of months now. But if you're interested in watching how we progress and, just seeing what the day-to-day life is of an adult amateur trying to figure it out all on her own, uh, then please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. And, I say this all the time. I'm no professional, nothing fancy, and I'm mostly alone doing all of this on my own. So it really helps to know that some people are cheering me on or are interested in seeing how we progress. So I really appreciate you. If you like and subscribe and comment, I would be grateful. So, anyway, this is the first time that Percy has had the tarp on him. And like I said, with Polo, they are so used to having blankets on, but blankets do not make the same sounds as tarps. They don't hang that low. So, this is good. We're adding movement to it, and he seems perfectly content. So, he passed another test. He's curious about it, obviously not freaked out even a little bit. Yep, so that big shake with the release of his muscles, dropping his head, reaching back to kind of sniff at it. There we go. He's just checking it out. And yeah, guys, he is so good. He looks pretty relaxed to me. What do you guys think? Can you imagine going from galloping around a track every morning and running with other horses every day to coming to this new farm and having weird crap put on top of you and just hanging out with some middle-aged lady that just loves you no matter what you do? What a different life, huh? I just love these thoroughbreds. So yeah, if you're interested in adopting one, I highly recommend New Vocations. I've had great experiences with both Percy and Polo. I will put their link in the description below. Definitely worth checking out. They have a great program, and the prices are fair. And if it doesn't work out, you have quite a, I don't remember the exact rules. I want to say you have 60 days, and you can take the horse back if you're finding that it's not working out. But so far, I'm obsessed. So I think the flies are getting to him. All right, guys, I'm pretty sure that is the end of our day. Yeah, it looks like I'm winding up my commentary without my microphone turned on. So we will call it a day. And like I said, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Happy 4th, everyone. Bye.